Hi friends, this is Dr. Abdequaem Chimthanawala. Let us discuss today something about Kali Broom. A Kali Broom remedy is a very interesting remedy. Don't use that only for pimples and acne. In Kali Broom, remember elements from, that is a very important symptom. Elements from business embarrassment, elements from loss of property, elements from loss of reputation, elements from disappointment. You know, a patient came to me where he had purchased a land, and when he came to know what land he had purchased is actually sold to 3 persons more. So he felt that now he has lost his property, and what will people think, he has lost his reputation, and he started developing symptoms of sleeplessness and a lot of symptoms, sleeplessness, palpitation, cholesterol went high. And after 6 to 8 months he came to me, and we could trace this history from this part: elements from loss of reputation, elements from property loss, elements from business embarrassment. That is Kali Broom. So this symptom is very important, and you will get Kali Broom today in life, because in today's world there is so much competition, so much people are fooling each other, and that's why Kali Broom will have a very important role to play in this today's competitive world. Elements from death of a child, that is all Kali Broom. Or elements from climacteric period, that is also Kali Broom. Or you can say simple elements from anticipation is also Kali Broom. So this elements from in Kali Broom is very important, and most of the cases which I have seen in a practice starts because of this elements from. Then you can have lots of other symptoms like elements from fear, elements from fright, elements from grief and sorrow. But these 3-4 elements from business embarrassment, loss of reputation, property becomes very important in Kali Broom. And then because of this symptom, you have a lot of anxiety in Kali Broom. Anxiety when alone, anxiety after friend, anxiety with sleeplessness. We'll come across a lot of cases where the patient has a lot of sleep problem. He's so anxious, anxiety from sleeplessness. We know that there are a lot of remedies, like starting from meconite to arsenic to cocculus to pulsatilla to veratrum, sulfur, lacasis, hyoscyamus. These remedies are there in sleeplessness from anxiety or sleeplessness with anxiety. But do remember Kali Broom also. In Kali Broom, brooding is also very important. You know, a person of Kali Broom brooding constantly over a lost child. Brooding constantly over a lost child. This is a very typical brooding present in 2 remedies. First is Kali Broom, and second, do think about gelsemia. And because of that, the patient goes in a lot of confusion. You know, when the patient, because of anticipation about elements from, becomes there's a lot of confusion, and there's a lot of sadness. And a very important symptom of Kali Broom crops because of this symptom, and that is confusion in sadness. Whenever a Kali Broom patient becomes very sad, you say, okay, a personality which was so good, so meticulous, so responsible, suddenly he can't take a decision. He feels confused, what to speak, what not to speak, what decision to take, not to take. Confusion in sadness. Think about Kali Broom. And then you can have a lot of delusion, like delusion that he is delusion pursued by police, or religious delusion, and delusion like he sees ghosts, and delusion he sees visions which are very horrible. Lot of delusions. And whenever a Kali Broom starts dreaming, he, as always, I have seen in my clinic, dreams because of emotional cause. That's Kali Broom. And then comes the fears. The fear of being poisoned, fear that he will lose his reason, or fear when playing the piano. Lots and lots of fear. But everything starts from elements from. And then comes the forgetfulness. In fact, a Kali Broom patient has a typical forgetfulness. You know, forgetfulness how to talk. Suddenly you feel a person feels that if I am appearing in public, how will I speak? And we always think about remedies like Cilicia or other remedies, but it is Kali Broom also. Forgetfulness how to talk. बात कैसे करना. So this is a very important symptom, which from elements from to anxieties to fears and delusion, how a remedy develops, that is important. Kali Broom. Elements from, what I have seen in my practice, is very important. Then as you go further, you have that sadness in Kali Broom. sadness with impotency, sadness from pollution, or sadness during climatic period, this becomes also Kalibrom. And one of the important symptoms that you should remember in Kalibrom is sadness in anemia. Sadness in anemia. You have cases of anemia where we think about remedies like China or ferrum or phosphorus, but Kalibrom. Whenever there is sadness in anemia, do think about Kalibrom. And last symptom, of course, there are a lot of symptoms, but one symptom that comes to my mind, he desires to wander. Wander desires to. Again, a very important symptom of Kalibrom. Of course, you think about Kalibrom and you think about remedies like tuberculinum or calcarea. Phos or bryonia also has desires to wander. But Kalibrom, if that sequence is there for eminent storm, becomes a very important symptom in Kalibrom. And then a Kalibrom patient, that's why, has a problem of weeping. The Kalibrom patient weeps very easily. So in this short video, I have tried to actually take you a journey from Kalibrom, from elements from to this weeping. How does that patient follow in his life? My dear friends, if you like this video, do share and subscribe. Thank you.